Welcome back to today. Well, 4 American presidents and one all too familiar speech. Have a listen to this.
Hillary and I are profoundly shocked and saddened by the tragedy today in Littleton.
Our nation is shocked and saddened by the news of the shootings at Virginia Tech today.
This afternoon I spoke with Governor Malloy and FBI Director Mueller and made it clear he will have every single resource that he needs to investigate this heinous crime.
My fellow Americans, we are joined together today in sadness, shock, and grief.
Clinton, Bush, Obama, Donald Trump, all the same message. We've heard it so many times, but still no change in US gun laws. Let's go head to head with Shelly Horton and Jamila Rizvi. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Shelly, Donald Trump is in charge now, but it's the same message that's been delivered by countless presidents before him.
Oh, look, I just don't think anything's going to be done, and that's the sadness of this situation. I mean, they have this huge, powerful National Rifle Association, and I think that what we need to know is that when they started these laws of, a right to bear arms, they weren't talking about semi-automatic weapons. They were talking about muskets that had to be refilled with gunpowder. So I don't understand how many lives have to be lost until they actually do something about it. The one thing that I'm proud of is when our Prime Minister John Howard had the gun law reforms and put them into place, and I think that that has made us a better and stronger nation, and I think they should follow suit. Yeah,
look, the typical line out of the United States on this, Jamila, from many is, guns don't kill people, people kill people, but I'll tell you what, the guns make it a hell of a lot easier to kill people, don't they?
Yeah, they absolutely do, especially on that mass scale. And I think Shelley's point is a really good one. The Americans take the Second Amendment incredibly seriously. The Second Amendment was written when you had single-shot firearms, not these killings on this mass scale. I think the injuries are now topping 500, which is terrifying. I also think what we're going to see later today is at some point the president or someone on the president's staff, the press secretary, will come out and say that today is not the time to talk about gun control, that today is not a time to politicise this tragedy. And I've got to say, when's a better time? When is it going to be time for America to get serious about this issue? How many people have to die before they get serious?
You're spot on, because in the White House press briefing, the spokesperson has already delivered that line. This is not the time to be talking about gun reform. Here's a question for you. Terrorism. Why are we not referring to this as a terror incident? I mean, this surely represents exactly what terror is, where you've got these people at a concert and someone opening fire. Shelley, it seems to me, and I know that the definitions of terrorism, I think they need to evolve. I mean, it gets to a point where you say, well, hang on a moment, do you need religious motivation for someone to be labelled a terrorist? This, to me, is terrorism. Absolutely. And the thing is, it's making excuses for them when you say, oh, he's probably mentally ill, or this was a one-off event. This is a one-off event that killed 58 people and injured 500. So I think that that is an act of terrorism. What about the right to peacefully go to a concert? What about those people's rights? So I think that we need to start looking at America and getting them to look at themselves as a society rather than individuals. We're probably going to see some changes here as well, Jamila, I'm guessing. I mean, the fact that you can go into a major hotel and casino like this and you can take 19 guns and all of these rounds of ammunition up to your hotel room without anyone checking you, without any x-ray, it's sad to say, but I'm guessing those times are going to be over. There'll be changes there, I reckon.
Yeah, and I think certainly, when you travel around the world, you do go to countries where you are checked as you go into a hotel. They're scanning the bottom of the car and you do go through security screening, and perhaps that's the next step for America. But honestly, the problem here is not dialing up security so people use semi-automatic and fully automatic weapons safely. It's making sure civilians don't have semi-automatic or fully automatic weapons in the first place. All right. Sorry that it's such a heavy topic today, but you both know why. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Jamila and Shelley joining us live with Head to Head. Now, coming up, the surprising things that Aussies...